Hey everybody, welcome back. So I have so much to do that I have to admit it's kind of daunting. I have a window regulator for my wife's car because the passenger window is held up by a block of wood because those Cadillac window regulators don't last very long at all. I've probably done 6 window regulators on that car. It's a 2003 and she bought it new, but in the last 10 years I've probably done 6 window regulators on it. It's just crazy. I have a drill bit sharpener Vevor sent me to test and review. I just finished the test of the Vevor die grinder. I have another plasma cutter to test and review. Also, her car has an issue with the air conditioning, not changing the vents correctly. I think I know what it is. I'm hoping it's not a big deal to do. My Grand Cherokee also has a similar problem. It will not switch from defrost and floor to center vents, which when it's 110 degrees out, sucks. Your face and your feet are freezing and the rest of you sweating like a dog. Plus, I had a check engine light pop up on that thing the other day, and now the transmission doesn't downshift. And it looks like it's probably some kind of pressure regulator and pressure sensor in the 4RE automatic transmission, which fortunately can be gotten to from the pan without having to pull the transmission. So I got that to do on that as well, and of course that's my daily driver, so it's a priority. So I got to order the parts for it, but I think first I want to check the wiring. I'm going to knock the window regulator out real quick. I'm going to check the wiring on that and order the parts. Then I'm going to come back in and start the review on the drill bit sharpener. But before I can do and I still want to get back to work on my CJ7. I really want to get back to work on that. Plus, I've got another car back there to work on as well. Fortunately for me, that car is what's called a survivor. So there's only so much I can do to it before I start taking value away from it instead of adding to it. But the white Jeep's got to be done first. But before I can do any of that in the motorcycles are coming after the cars. But before I can do any of that, I got to clean this mess up because it's gotten so bad now I can't work out here anymore. So, let's clean up and let's see what we can knock out on this beautiful sunny 65-degree Saturday in Arizona. Okay, quick hour's worth of cleaning. It's not perfect, but it is at least cleaned up enough for me to work out here today. I'm not even going to go after that. I don't even want to go there today. Got the window regulator, the new one out of the box, looks like the right one. Got the wife's car turned around so the door faces this way, because if I do it with the door facing the other way, every time I stand up off of my little wheelchair, it rolls out into the street. This way the door will stop it. So let's get that window regulator out of there. Okay, got the old regulator out. It is compared to the new one. The new one is correct, the correct one. I got the motor off the old one because I'm going to transfer that to the new one. The motors never go bad. I mean, these motors, one of the problems with these things is the motors are so overpowered. If the glass sticks into the rubber, which is really common here, and you roll the window down, the motor's so powerful it breaks the regulator, which is what happens right there. And that's where they break. And I told my wife to go out and roll the window down once a week so it doesn't stick in there. She doesn't remember, doesn't want to. I get so busy I forget, and the next thing we know, we get in the car, roll the window down, and snap. I had 2 break within a couple of weeks that way. Anyway, I'm going to swap the motor over, and one of the differences is, one of the problems you'll run into is some of these aftermarket ones don't have the motor with all the tiny fine teeth. Some of them have the motor with like 12 really big teeth on it, more like a gear than teeth. And if you get the wrong motor and the unmatching regulator, you can't put the motor on it. I got 2 or 3 motors floating around at this point, but this one is going to work. So let's get the motor swapped over. Let's get it back in the car. Let's see if we can hang the door panel back on. My biggest problem with doing window regulators on this car is the plastic and foam door panels. Once they're 15, 18 years old, you cannot remove them without breaking them. and they're like 600 bucks each. So that's never going to happen on this 2003 Cadillac, unfortunately. It's only got 37,000 miles on it. But anyway, let's get it back together. Okay, I have got this done. I don't want to go on a rant about this car, but this has to be one of the most poorly designed cars I have ever worked on, and I have worked on a lot. From the door panels to the window regulators, to the engine, to the air conditioner vents and systems. It's just awful. Just awful. I mean, even the lock knobs are stupid. Maybe all new cars are newer cars. This car's a 2003, so it's 20 years old, so it's not new. And of course, because the plastic in the door panel is all broken up, the stock clips won't hold it, so it gets screws on it. Don't know what else to do. $600 door panels for this car are not gonna happen. Anyway, got this done, so I'm happy with that. And next project. Okay, it's 12:30 and I think it's lunchtime. I was gonna move the Cadillac out onto the street so I could get the Jeep up in here, but I think we now have at least 2 or 3 Airbnb homes in this neighborhood. I know the one over there is, and I'm starting to think that one is, and then not the next one here, but the one down there is as well, because every weekend that's what this street now starts to look like. And I don't know, it's a public street, they can park where they want, but that doesn't mean it ain't damned annoying when you're trying to do something yourself in front of your house. Anyway, it's lunchtime. I checked the wiring on the red Jeep, didn't show you, but the wiring to the transmission all looks fine. I was sure it would be. Looked at the wiring on the PCM and it looks fine. So I'm going to order the pressure sensor and the solenoid regulator thing, and that's probably going to be a job for next weekend. It's still kind of drivable the way it is. You have to manually shift it, but it's not slipping or anything. Cadillac window regulator's done, which was the big thing on it right now. Next thing is going to be getting the air conditioner to work correctly. But like I say, that doesn't really have to be done till next summer, or just before next summer. Same with the air conditioner, the vent not changing, the mode door not changing over on that one. So I guess that's pretty much it for today. I actually put my tools away after this job this time, so I'm going to go in and have some lunch and think of something else to do.